You know that feeling, right? You're just endlessly scrolling through all this bad news. You feel worse and worse with every swipe, but for some reason, you just can't seem to stop. Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to dive into the science behind that digital quicksand we call doomscrolling and figure out why it's so incredibly hard to break the habit.
And wow, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's that bizarre feeling of being a passenger in your own body. You're completely aware that it's draining your energy and your focus, but your thumb, it just has a mind of its own.
And it happens literally everywhere. It's become our go-to move for any moment of downtime. First thing when you wake up, last thing before you sleep, waiting for your coffee. It's not really a conscious choice anymore. It's just this automatic reflex that's been wired into our day.
Okay, so let's get into the why. To really understand this, we have to look under the hood at how our brains are wired. And it turns out this super modern problem actually has some really ancient roots. Think about it this way. Every single one of us has this ancient programming, this built-in threat radar. Evolution basically designed our brains to be hyper-aware of potential danger. I mean, it was a survival thing, right? The ancestor who freaked out about a rustle in the bushes was way more likely to survive than the one who ignored it. The system's motto is basically better safe than sorry.
And here's where it all gets tangled up. Our ancient brain hardware is trying to run on modern digital software. And that threat radar, it honestly can't tell the difference between a lion hiding in the grass and a shocking headline on your phone. To your brain, an angry comment, a blaring notification, a distressing video clip, they're all processed as potential dangers that need your immediate, undivided attention.
But that threat radar is only half the story. There's another equally powerful force at play here, and that's our brain's reward system. And when these two things get together, well, that's when you get a trap that's almost impossible to resist.
So our brains love rewards, but here's the key. There's a huge difference between a predictable reward like your paycheck and a variable one. That unpredictability, not knowing what's coming next, is exactly what makes a slot machine so addictive. And your social media feed? It's basically a digital slot machine. Every scroll is you pulling the lever. The next post might be boring, or it could be hilarious or shocking or infuriating. It's that maybe that gives you a little hit of dopamine, the anticipation chemical, and that's what gets your brain hooked on the hunt. So here's the bottom line. You've got these two incredibly powerful systems working together to create a perfect storm. Your ancient threat radar is constantly scanning for danger, for bad news. And at the same time, the modern variable reward system keeps you pulling that lever, hoping the next piece of info will be the one that finally gives you something. And this is the result. It's called a prediction error loop. Your brain predicts that the next scroll will resolve the tension, that it'll give you the answer you're looking for. But it never, ever does. It's a cycle that's designed to keep you searching, not to make you feel satisfied. So, and this is so important, this isn't about you having some kind of personal weakness. It's your brain doing exactly what these platforms were designed to make it do. Okay, so we're stuck in this loop. What's the big deal? Well, the cost is actually way more than just wasted time. It has a real measurable effect on our mental state and our ability to just function. And it leads to a state that has this absolutely brilliant name, popcorn brain. Such a perfect way to describe it, right? It's that feeling where your thoughts are just popping all over the place, like popcorn in a machine, and you can't get them to settle down on any one thing for very long. This is a real thing, caused by your nervous system being constantly yanked into a state of high alert by the scroll.
And here are the symptoms. Just see if any of these sound familiar. You can't focus on a book or even a long conversation like you used to. Your sleep is a mess, and you're just walking around with this constant low-grade hum of anxiety in the background. Yeah, that's the price of the scroll.
Okay, so that was the problem, the mechanics, the consequences. Now for the most important part, the escape plan. And the really good news is you can absolutely break this loop. All it takes is a few conscious, deliberate changes. So here's a simple 3-step plan to start taking back control. Step 1. Define your boundaries before you even start scrolling. Maybe it's a 10-minute timer, or you tell yourself you'll only scroll 20 posts. Step 2. Replace the trigger. When you feel that automatic urge to grab your phone, do something else. Stand up and stretch. Take 3 deep breaths. Look out a window. Anything to short-circuit that reflex. And finally, step 3. Consciously cap your exposure to negative stuff. Set a limit for one day and just see how you feel. Notice if that background anxiety starts to quiet down. I really want to leave you with this idea because it reframes the whole thing. This is not a story about your lack of willpower. It's a story about an incredibly powerful system designed specifically to capture and sell your most valuable resource, your attention. And just knowing that,
Just recognizing that you're being played is the first step to taking your attention back.
It's a pretty simple question, but it's a powerful one. Because by understanding the forces at play and making a few conscious choices, the answer, once again, can be you.